shakalaka with a Bitcoin breakout impending. We have amazing news for both Bitcoin and Ethereum this week. However, at the same time, the US is saying they're going to run out of money in the middle of October. And we have very influential people in the financial sector saying it's going to cause a huge stock market crash. Now, all of these people are still insanely fearful. We're going to take a look at today at what all this means for you and what you should do in cryptocurrency. Stay tuned. What's up, everyone? Randall here from Crypto Love. Today's video, we're going to be taking a look at everything that is going on right now because we are at the crossroads for Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Based on this chart here, which has the COVID-19 trend line and the top of Bitcoin price, we're due to break out by the middle of November. But not only that, we have the US stating they're going to run out of money in the middle of October, a month before that. And we have Robert Kiyosaki saying there is a huge stock market crash coming in October. Now, what does all this mean for Bitcoin, especially since in the past week we have Twitter adopting Bitcoin, we have TikTok adopting Ethereum? What is going to happen for everyone? Before we get into it, guys, make sure to like, subscribe, click the notification bell. Also, come join us over on Twitter at the Crypto Love. And today's episode is sponsored by Go Mining Token, a mining token backed by real computing power. When you purchase GMT token, you buy energy that mines Bitcoin for you. There's no need to buy equipment or consume ridiculous amounts of electricity. Apart from being an asset which you can sell on the market, you can get daily income in Bitcoin. The team regularly buys new mining equipment, issues fresh tokens, burns part of them, and redistributes computing power among all tokens in circulation. As a result, the supply capacity of the GMT token grows as well as the daily Bitcoin income. By the way, they have a special promotion for you guys. People who buy GMT on their website using promo code LOVE_GMT will earn double mining rewards for the first 30 days. This promo code in the pinned comment is active for 30 days. That is until November 1st. Now, Trading Shot over on TradingView saying, hey, there is a Bitcoin triangle, a sign of an upcoming rally. As we take a look here, there's a triangle back here in 2015, triangle here back many years, 2017 and 2019, and then we have a mini triangle forming right now. Now, after each of these triangles, there was basically a blast-off period, a triangle blast-off. Well, we have a triangle again right now. Potentially, this could be sending a blast-off sometime towards the end of the year. Now, everybody's looking forward to Q4. What's going to happen? Is the price absolutely going to blast off? Well, that's certainly a possibility. When we have a wedge in Bitcoin price like we have forming here, price can break up, price can break down. We'll kind of have to see how it goes because we have some great things going on with Bitcoin right now, like being able to tip people on Bitcoin on Twitter. Not only that, TikTok launches their first creator-led NFT collection built on Ethereum. But we also have to take a look at Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies in relation to the grander scheme of everything. Because Yellen warns lawmakers, U.S. Treasury to hit debt limit October 18th. What this means is that the nation is close to exhausting its federal borrowing capabilities, now set for October 18th, and she urged Congress to act in order to avert serious harm to the economy. Now, particularly what she's talking about is at the same time, while we have this massive printing of M2 money, we've printed a lot of money over the past couple of years. At the same time, the velocity of that money is at all-time lows. Now, the velocity of the money right down here, that tells you the frequency at which one unit of currency is used to purchase domestically goods and services within a given time period. Basically, it has been dropping since the late 90s. About 97 was the peak, and ever since then it's been dropping to record low levels right now. Now, a financial, I would say, smart person in finance, who I respect very much, Robert Kiyosaki, he says giant stock market crash coming in October. Why? Treasury and Fed short of T-bills. Gold, silver, Bitcoin may crash too. Cash best for picking up bargains after crash. Not selling gold, silver, Bitcoin yet. Have lots of cash for life after stock market crash. Stock's dangerous. Careful. Now, this has a lot of information packed in there, and I want to kind of go over it because for a while I was like, what do you do if everything crashes? Because we have to take a look. Right now, the stock market is prone to crash. As you can see here, we have an ascending wedge here. This is the volatility down here. This is shrinking, and basically we have potentially a crash, particularly if we see this by October 18th. We could very well have a very serious stock market crash. Now, as much as we'd like to think that Bitcoin is a non-correlated asset and not going to crash, well, guess what? If people need their money, they're probably going to take it out of Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies, different things like that. And as much as I love Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, it is as yet untested in a recession. Bitcoin came out after the 2008 recession, yet untested in a recession. I would love to think the price goes up during the recession. Nobody knows what's going to happen. Can't predict the future. So we'll kind of have to see, because at the same time as all of this, we have October 18th. Look what else is coming up in October 18th. Bitcoin ETFs. If we have money, tons of retirement money that can now flood into Bitcoin, well, potentially the price could go up. And all the while, do we be fearful while others are greedy and greedy while others are fearful? Or should we heed this fear because it's warranted? Because if we take a look, over time, the fear, it was this low back here at the bottom down there, also the COVID bottom, also many other good buying opportunities. So it would seem like it would make sense to buy into this fear. But that brings me back into this Robert Kiyosaki thing on Twitter. Because at first when I read it, I was like, do you need to have both cash and Bitcoin? And we all know that cash is risky because they print a ton of it. But also gold, silver, Bitcoin, they may crash too. So what he's saying here, and I actually had to watch a few of his most recent videos to figure out what he's saying. He's saying that yes, the stock market, probably the riskiest. And he says this down here, stocks dangerous, careful. Stock market, probably the riskiest. Bitcoin, gold, silver, the least risky, but still likely to crash. They say when markets are dropping, cash is king. So cash is great if the market actually drops. But if the market pops off, cash isn't great because you don't capture any of that. So you kind of have to look at your time frame and also look at what you're invested in. Like, did you buy the top, or have you just been dollar cost averaging in Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies since you first got started? And basically, what he says overall, that's the key, is you need to own gold, need to own silver, need to own Bitcoin. If you have extra cash on hand, yeah, start stockpiling some of it to accumulate more if a crash happens, when a crash happens. But he's not yet selling gold, silver, or Bitcoin. So no reason to sell it yet, because as of right now, these are the hardest assets ever, the highest rewarding assets ever. Now, that brings us back to this chart here. What is going to happen with Bitcoin? Because we have the price. I mean, Bitcoin is literally on the verge of some craziness right here. As we can see, right where Bitcoin is right now, it's sitting right above the 111-day moving average. Now, this is a moving average that I really like from the Bitcoin Pi Cycle top chart. I think you can glean a lot of information from that chart. Maybe I'll do a whole episode on that chart one day. Now, generally, when we see a change in direction of the 111-day moving average, oftentimes we see a peak or a crash following that. But what is happening here is Bitcoin is literally bounced right off the 111-day moving average, but not only that, also the bottom of this wedge trend line. Price likely will go up, and then if it comes down again, we'll just be getting squeezed into this wedge. But if we take a look, because Bitcoin is different from stocks and a whole bunch of other things that you can trade, because Bitcoin has on-chain data. And if we take a look at the on-chain data, we are in the supply squeeze area. As you can see here, long-term holders have set the floor and continue to lock up Bitcoin at an impressive rate. We've entered back into this supply squeeze area. And every time we've been in a supply squeeze area previously, the price has rocketed up, similarly to what's happened here. If Bitcoin even rhymes with history, price would have to go up. But not only that, because we have a ton of buy orders set for Bitcoin. It's rare to see both Bitfinex and Deribit stacked this heavy bid side. Last time, Bitcoin was $10,000. And if we take a look at the Bitcoin chart, that was way back right around here when it was stocked that low. And look what happened to Bitcoin afterwards. Almost 6x, 6.5x from them. Now, that leaves me with the question, what do you do with Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies? Do you hedge a little bit? Do you short Bitcoin a little bit? Do you just sell some for cash? What particularly do we do? Because while we have these massive buy orders right now, William Clemente actually takes a little game theory into this to decide what to do. And he says, haven't seen Bitcoin bids this thick in a long time. Question is, are they spoofing or not? Because when I first saw this, I was like, this is awesome. The floor is set. Let's go rocket to the moon. Until I saw this, are they spoofing or not? Because in the bull case, concrete floor set by bull whales, nothing but moon territory from here. However, the bear case, bids are psyops. Whales are tricking retail into providing them exit liquidity above the bids. Market dumps once the floor is pulled. Basically a giant rug pull by Bitcoin whales. Are they planning to wick us off once again and just tank the price? And the answer is, I don't know. I can't predict the future. Now, me personally, I trust Robert Kiyosaki. I've read all of his books. He's helped me to, do pretty well financially. And him, along with Michael Saylor, along with Raoul Pal, along with basically everybody else who knows anything about money and doesn't have stake in the banks like Warren Buffett and like all these other people who are talking terribly about Bitcoin, all of them are saying, yes, Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies, you need to have exposure. Sure, they want to have some excess cash for if there's a dip, but will there actually be a dip when governments go bust? And that, my friends, is the question that you have to ask yourself. What happens when Bitcoin, the hardest asset that's ever been created, is actually, we see its use for what it was created for? This was the reason Bitcoin came about, and this could potentially be the straw that breaks the camel's back that sends Bitcoin to an absolutely insane price. So guys, if you did enjoy that video today, make sure to like, subscribe, click the notification bell. Also come join us over on Twitter at @TheCryptoLove, where every week we give away one of these sweet shirts. I'll catch you guys later. Have a great weekend. Love you. Peace.